This is the second video that I filmed. Don't mind my hair. My hair is a mess. I'm having such a bad hair day today. Oh, I'm sorry. Just kind of like don't mind this right here. It's just it's being flat and annoying. I am very flustered, okay? I got a new camera and I'll show you guys a little clip of it right here. However, I don't really know how to use it yet. I haven't had a camera since 2017, and even when I did have a camera, I actually never used it to film. I only used it for photography. So messing around with the ISO and the aperture and everything, it's a little overwhelming for me right now. The first video that I filmed, I'll probably add like a little snippet of it here, was about a complete different topic, and it was just so dark and orange, and like I couldn't figure out how to fix it even on the computer. So I was like, oh, I have to film it again. And it's annoying to do my makeup and sit down and talk about the same thing twice in a row. This morning I woke up and I'm like, oh, wow, we reached 81 subscribers. Hell yeah. And guess what? I promised you guys part 2 of messing with Fulanitos. So without further ado, let's get started.
Hold myself to a chord, waiting for
this Storytime, we're actually going to go way back. I'm talking about maybe 2012, 2013-ish, couple years back, okay? He was the first person to actually play me. And up to this day, he might deny it, but we both know, boo. We both know you played me. See, back in the day, I was only dating around. I wasn't really taking anyone seriously. And the couple of people that I did take seriously, I never dated past maybe a couple of weeks because it was just, I was trying to change into someone better, or so I thought, someone better. So this person was a part of a youth group that I was actually in. Yes, I used to go to church. Don't judge me. And so he approached me a couple times via message, and he was like, oh, qué bueno que vas a youth group, you know, like I used to go there too, pero tiene mucho tiempo que ya no voy. And then I texted him, I'm like, oh, well, you know, maybe you should come by sometime. And let me tell you, this guy, not cute. But his body, girl, let me tell you, his body was just like, it was tight and right in all the right places. Yum. He went a couple times to youth group, but we never really interacted. It was always just through message. And so one day, eventually, I had an extra ticket for this baile, or this dance thing, relating to youth group, and I told him, oh, you know, like I have an extra one if you wanted to come. And he was like, oh yeah, I'll go. And then a few days beforehand, he actually was like, oh, you know what, change of plans, I'm not gonna be able to go, I'm sorry. I was like, oh, okay, like don't worry about it, it's fine. But then the day comes and he actually does show up, and this is where we kind of started dancing. We started talking a little bit more, and he took me out to eat with me, and we should nickname this person because she'll come up again. What's a good nickname for a backstabbing bitch? We'll just go ahead and call her C for chismosa. And if that sticks, that sticks. Let me know if you guys like that. So he took me and this very, very good friend of mine. I would almost consider her family. So he took me and C out for dinner after the baile, and he actually sang for me. So he sang for me a couple of songs, and one of them was one from Luis Coronel. I was smitten. I was like, boy, your body, you can dance. He was tall, like I'm talking maybe 6 feet tall. I'm a tall person, okay? So for him to be tall, he had to be tall, like tall. Sign me up. The next day, we keep texting and this and that, and he eventually asked me to be his girlfriend, and I said yes. So he was very sweet, very loving, very caring, and we were good. The week that we started dating, or the week after that, it was actually Christmas. He actually invited me over to meet his family. It seemed like it was going in a good direction. I never introduced him to my daughter because I didn't feel like it was appropriate for the time that we had been together. She was also only 1 year old, and I wasn't there yet. So that night he gave me as my Christmas present this beautiful gold necklace, and it was like real gold, okay? And he gave me this beautiful gold necklace, and he told me, you know what, I have these really big feelings for you, but no te quiero decir algo ahorita que tal vez no sea verdad. He's like, I want to wait. So he waited another week. And then he told me he loves me. And I was like, did I say it back? Not right then and there. I was just like, oh, te quiero, te quiero, te quiero. But I never told him te amo. Then the week after that, he kind of ghosted me. He was making up excuses. He didn't have money for dates. Because he had stopped working. I think he was doing construction or landscaping at the time. And so he was not working. And he was like, I don't have the money. My car broke down. I just can't see you right now. So I believe it was 2 weeks of us being in constant communication and me just stopping by for kisses and hugs. One day I was like, oh, you know what? Like, I'll take you out on a date. Like, let's just spend some quality time together. We were having dinner and his phone was actually faced up like this. Oh, hold on. So he had his phone up like this and it buzzed and it breaks up. And he kind of went like this on the table. And then he went like that. Really quick. Like, so quick right after him seeing the message. You can call me toxica. You can say whatever you want. But when a girl knows, she knows. 9 times out of 10, the girl's right. So what did I do? I was like, oh, what was that about? Like, a ver? And he's like, oh, no, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. Now he's acting suspicious. No me vas a ver la cara de pendeja that easily. So I'm like, no, let me see. It's a friend. So if it's a friend, there isn't any problem with me looking at the message. And at this point, he has his phone up to his chest like this. No, but like, maybe like you might misinterpret what's going on. Listen. Just give me your damn phone. If you're not hiding anything, you have nothing to hide. Give me your phone. So then he puts up his hands and he's like, you know what? Check it. But I'm just going to tell you flat out. I have a couple of female friends that might call me mi amor. Nomás estamos payaseando though. It's nothing serious. Let me tell you, there is nothing payaseando about a female calling you mi amor or baby or whatever if you're in a relationship with someone else. So I'm like, all right, let me go pay and let me get the fuck out of here. On our way to his house, he was quiet, like dead ass quiet. Now once we get to his house, I'm like, all right, you can leave. Ni siquiera vamos a hablar. And I'm like, ¿de qué? What do you have to tell me? What lame ass excuse are you going to give me? This motherfucker says, como te dije, nomás estamos payaseando. Can any girl back me up with this? Maybe you shouldn't take it that way. It wasn't even like that. What? Like, I mean, how stupid do you guys think that us females are? Excuse me. I mean, I'm nice, pero no te pases. I'm like, please explain to me what payasear is to you, because maybe I have a different perspective of what it is, pero que alguien te diga mi amor que no es tu pareja is not okay. So then what are you saying? Are we done? Is this it? What are you saying? I'm like, yeah, get out of my car. Bye. I don't even think that livid covers how angry I was. So I went home and to be honest, I'm crying because, like I said, I was very young at the time. I was hurt. I'm not very proud of tears that I shed for this asshole. We were only together for 4 months, for crying out loud. I mean, what I would tell my younger self would be, he's not worth it. And you just got to count your blessings. Because him doing this to you just gave you another reason why you should love yourself way more, girlfriend. So next day, I get up, go to work, and right after work, I take a stupid little necklace and I pawn that shit. And I don't remember exactly how much, but they gave me anywhere from like $200 to like $300. And I splurged on myself. Now fast forward a couple years later, he is now dating this girl from church group. And he messaged me. He's like, I wish it was you I was with. No, you did not. Why do exes do that? At that point, it must have been like a whole ass year after we broke up. Why message me a year later when you have a whole ass girlfriend to tell me that you wish the person you were kissing every day was me? You had me. You lost me. Your fault. You did that. I was like, but you did have me. You didn't take advantage of it. And he goes, pero yo no te engañé. I'm sorry. ¿Qué? What? I'm still very baffled. Like, what is it that you supposedly did? Once a fulanito, always a fulanito. If he did it to you once, he's gonna do it to you again. Especially if they don't feel guilty about it. If they're trying to blame you for it, or if they don't feel guilty about what they did, they are going to do it again. Don't accept it. And if you are going to forgive them, maybe keep an eye on it, because if they did it to you once, the probability of them doing it to you again, it's very high. And if they do it to you twice, the probability of them doing it for the third time is way, way higher. And once they know that you can forgive them multiple times, they will never stop. So anyway, years after that, he messages me. Now he has a baby. And he's like, oh, this baby could have been yours. Are you kidding me? Up to this date, up to probably a couple months ago, he still messaged me. Boy, really? It's been how many years? Well, you're long gone. So yeah, I mean, up until this date, me sigue buscando. And it's not like, oh my God, I'm unforgettable. But like, oh my God, I'm unforgettable. I think guys are just, they're dumb. I think they don't realize what they have until it's long gone. And once they do see it from afar and they can admire it, they're like, oh shit, I fucked up. And I hope that someday he can stop being a little fulanito for his own good and his own sake and his own benefit. Anyway, this is how I'm gonna end this video. I hope you guys found this story time entertaining. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. We are almost at 100 subscribers. We are, as of right this moment, at 81 subscribers. This is something that I've always wanted to do, and I'm actually very happy to be here right now. I have more exciting things coming up in the next video, actually. So stay tuned for the next one. Happy Hump Day. I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of your week. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and subscribe and hit the little notification bell so it alerts you when I upload my next one. I upload every Wednesday and Saturday. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Finder is right next to the lens, and I know I'm supposed to be looking at the lens, but my eyes wander and they actually go to the viewfinder. I'm sorry, I'm only human.